I'm saying is don't be naive, folks. Don't be naive. One of the big issues that came up last night was the fact that the Clinton campaign has paid people to disrupt violently our rallies and to incite absolute total bedlam. It's so bad, so bad. And you know, I've had occasions where we had rallies and it was so incredibly violent. I said, what's going on over here? These were paid people by the Clinton campaign, and it just came out. And I give a lot of credit to the people that brought this out, believe me. This is criminal behavior that violates centuries of tradition of peaceful democratic elections.
That was Donald Trump earlier today talking about the damning Project Veritas undercover tapes that allegedly show Democratic operatives scheming to cause violence at Trump rallies. We've not at Fox been able to independently verify the content in the video, but you can see it for what it is. It's very disturbing. Joining us now, former Obama economic advisor Austan Goolsbee and American Conservative Union Chairman Matt Schlapp. You know, Austan, I know you. When I was in Chicago, I met you and I took you out to dinner and I paid for dinner.
You owed me.
Because I'm a conservative and believe in spreading the wealth. But in all fairness, over 3,000 Chicago residents shot this year. Over 4,000 shot dead since Obama's been president. The violence in Chicago is a real deal. Now you have people on tape saying they're getting their money from Hillary Clinton's campaign in the DNC that are fomenting violence, and some of the worst was in your city. I've got to believe you will condemn that and want Hillary Clinton to look into how the flow of money is going from her campaign to these operatives and whether or not she will stop fomenting this violence.
Well, you got two things going in there. On the first, yes, look, you know me, we've been friends a long time. I'm not going to defend anybody's illegal activity. I thought it was correct. If this tape is legit, which, you know, there's no reason to think that it's not, but if it's legit, then they fired these people and they should have fired them. However, on the issue of violence that Donald Trump was talking about, he didn't watch the tape because the tape says that they fomented violence by going and protesting with signs that say, Donald Trump is a jerk. We don't like Donald Trump. Or one of them, they said, wear a Planned Parenthood shirt, and they will attack you.
No,
and their goal was to be
you're
attacked.
Missing the point. They also said on the tape that we are responsible. We did that in Chicago.
Okay, but
by
Sean,
the way, some people were injured. In other
they
words,
were the ones
you have
injured,
a group of people
Sean.
that are purposely fomenting violence and bragging about it,
Sean,
and bragging they get the money from Hillary.
If you said, I'm going to come to Chicago and I'm going to stand outside the president's house and taunt him and say, I think President Obama is a terrible president, and someone came out and punched you, they would be the one to go to jail, Sean, not you.
Not in Chicago. Because, Matt, if you notice in Chicago, they actually fomented all the violence, started the violence outside the event, where Trump, based on recommendations from law enforcement, had to cancel that event. And the money is traced right back to Hillary Clinton and the DNC. If it was Trump, I think this would be a huge story in the final 19 days of this campaign.
And look at the ironic thing here. Who brought this up at the debate last night? Hillary Clinton turns to all of us in America and says, isn't it terrible about the violence that Donald Trump encourages at his events? And really, this is what's going on between this cozy relationship between many in the mainstream media and the Clinton campaign. You have the Clinton campaign that's literally infiltrating these events to try to cause problems at these events, and then the media covers it and reports that Donald Trump's rhetoric is so hateful that it's inciting violence. And when you really get into this is what I love about this year, is the American people are seeing that the things that they fear are actually true. And this is how corrupt the system really is.
I think you guys are, I mean, if I agreed with you, Sean, on all illegal activities, and if they're piping money from one account to some other account, they shouldn't do that. They should be fired. If they should check and see if that is, they should be fired.
But
on this issue of violence, you're not correct.
They're bragging where the money's coming from.
Yeah, but Sean, on the issue of violence, no, you're trying to change it because you know that I'm right on this. They have the right to protest. They have the right to go there with a sign that says, I don't like Trump. And if the Trump people attack them, they go to jail.
Let's say you're right. Then how do
Okay.
you then justify that they're using Clinton DNC money to commit a crime
I would
called
like
voter
to know
fraud? How do
if
you
that's
justify
true.
that?
No, I'm not going to justify that if that's what happened, but I don't know that that is what happened.
But it did happen. You're taking only the parts of the tape that
we
like,
don't
that
know
are
what happened. The
exculpatory.
DNC said that what they stated they did never occurred, so I don't know that it did happen.
Oh,
And,
really?
and this is,
okay.
look, Sean,
But even the
partly,
fact, Matt, that they're plotting it is the point.
No, look, I agree
Yeah,
with
it's
you,
part
Sean.
Part
it's
of it
not
is what
appropriate.
they do.
I can see why they were fired.
Austin,
but the violence
part of what
is not.
this is about them going in to try to disrupt Trump rallies. But there's another darker piece to this as well, which is there is this collusion amongst these liberal groups and the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton to do a lot of things to upset the election at the very time that people are turning to Donald Trump and saying, you're the person that's interjecting questions into our democratic process. These tapes give us a window into a very dark soul where they're actually doing things that undermines democracy, and it's disgusting.
It doesn't undermine democracy to go protest and say, I don't like Trump.
Please discuss a connection between the New World Order and the dominant network media, for example, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Information control, folks, is mind control. Need I say more? What you hear and what you see is all you have to base your decisions upon. We're being brainwashed.